All right, we have a Vikings legend in the house joining us today. It's former Vikings safety, Robert Griffith. What's going on, man?
Man, it's good to be here.
Yeah.
It feels good coming in here, seeing all the purple every time.
Yeah.
You know, it's just always a good feeling.
Now, Vikings fans love seeing Robert Griffith, whether it's as a game-changing safety playing for us in the 90s or here on set talking about the current squad. But now Vikings fans, they also love hearing you because they hear your voice on the Voyage.
It's going to be extremely important. We've got to come together as a team.
New year means a new team. Coaches and players come and go each offseason, but a new team is a team nonetheless. And their work together begins not in September, but in April.
Very, very, pleased and honored to be able to, be a part of the Vikings legend lore.
Yeah.
Especially for now, like this is a whole nother organization that I played. We're not at Winter Park now, or TCO. Being able to come in and add that voiceover to guys I never played with, this is, really interesting opportunity for me.
All right, so football-wise, let's talk football with you because you've been through this drill quite a few times where it's the end of camp, end of the preseason, and hard decisions have to be made. 53-man roster cuts, waivers. Can we claim this guy? Can we sneak this guy through to the practice squad? What do you remember about this stage of the season from your playing days?
Early on when I was a rookie, it was just really about not getting hurt and showing up on film. One of my coaches told me when I was leaving, he says, look, you can't get hurt and you better show up on field. You have to show them that you can do something really well. And so that was always like the mindset of the guy, that's the 51, 52 guy, because they know they're gonna get those junk minutes. They're gonna get those, the reps where they can show, a little spark that might keep them for another week. They can show some more. So it's almost like you're waking up every day just to live another cut down.
Yeah.
One of the things that people don't realize is that you're really not ready to play a full game until like week 4 or 5. And for the real players that know that, they know what I mean. Like to go hard every play for 69 plays, it's really tough.
And that's part of, you're trying to ramp that up during the preseason.
Most definitely.
The team just got done with the preseason, but the balance is not playing too much that you are exposed to an injury risk, right?
Right, and that's that fine line, right? You have to get the work, but you don't want to put your star players or your players that you really need to effectuate that team that you want. I used to always like to get more work, but I used to get more work at practice.
Yeah.
It was almost like you have to go harder at practice during the preseason in your specific team drills where you're not hitting. It's all about getting your football legs to, like I said, to play 69, 70, 75 plays. And so that's really what training camp was for me, especially, my 5th year, 6th year, especially towards the end. I was just training camp.
All right, so when you look at the Vikings defense here for 2019, it's Mike Zimmer who's the head coach and he's a defensive-minded guy, and George Edwards, and they've really got a program going here because a lot of starters are coming back. In fact, 10 of 11 starters are back. That's a lot different than a younger team that might have 4, 5, 6 new starters, right? So
Big time.
Yeah, so talk about that a little bit, maybe from the player's perspective. When you're part of a defense where it's like, all right, my guys, we're all back. I know all these guys. What is that like for them?
Incredible. Because a lot of stuff gets done on the field, especially on defense, with hand signals, unwritten, unspoken language. And then you bring back your stellar players. Griffin's back, he's ready. Barr's coming back. I mean, for Barr to come back like that, I think it put a lot of, wind behind this defense's back. And then you add Hunter. I mean, you can't double everybody, right? So there's going to be a one-on-one somewhere. So it's really up to Zimmer to serve it up. It's really how you're going to deal those cards during the game because we got enough.
Yeah, and isn't that also, we talked about the balance in the preseason where it's like we got to get ready for it, but we don't want to get too hurt. How about the balance in the regular season for Zim where it's like, let's keep doing the things we always have done because it's always worked, but let's not be predictable.
Right, defensive coach, I love Zim. He's a great, excellent coach. What I like about Zim is that he never shows his cards. So everything's really vanilla. First preseason game, second preseason game, you might show a little bit, but you're practicing it all. you having all that stuff that you can go back to week 6, 7, 8, late in the year. And so it's really about getting your package in, repping your guys, testing your guys during training camp, and having all that in the coffers to really run out when at the right time, appropriate time. So,
all right.
Yeah.
That's what Robert Griffith thinks. Now, you're going to hear more from Robert Griffith on The Voyage, so make sure you continue to check that out. And I'm going to twist his arm and get him to come back to Minnesota more often, so you'll see him more at the Vikings Entertainment Network, and we're
It's good to
looking
be
forward
here,
to that.
man.
It's good to have you, man.
Most
Thanks for
definitely.
coming.